All right, if you're an accountant, you've been hearing the noise about AI constantly. But let's cut through all that because the real question isn't if it's going to change your job, it's how it's already changing it and what you need to be doing like right now to get ahead of the curve. So in this explainer, we're cutting out the fluff and giving you a straight up, actionable roadmap for your career, all the way to 2030 and beyond.
And we're starting with this quote because, honestly, it just nails it. This is the heart of the entire shift. This isn't some far-off prediction anymore, it's what's happening today. The goal is no longer just being a great accountant. It's about becoming an expert pilot, with AI sitting right there next to you as your co-pilot.
So you might be wondering, why is all this happening so fast? I mean, it feels like it came out of nowhere. Well, it really boils down to two huge things: a massive fire hose of money being pointed at this tech, and a very real, measurable change in how the work is actually getting done. And you know what? The numbers, they tell a pretty incredible story. Now, take a look at this. What's absolutely wild here is just the speed of the investment. We're talking about a jump from under $7 billion to over $37 billion in just 5 years. That tells you everything you need to know. Companies are way past just experimenting or running little pilot programs. They are going all in, deploying AI across their most critical accounting functions. This isn't just a trend, it's the new foundation of the entire industry. And this chart right here shows you the direct result of all that spending. By 2030, almost 2/3 of all accounting tasks are projected to be automated. Now, the key thing to see here is that this shift is almost entirely focused on those repetitive, rules-based tasks. The stuff that used to define a person's first few years in the job. The big takeaway? This was never about replacing accountants. It's about automating the boring stuff to free you up for more important work. Okay, so let's make this really concrete. How does this great automation shift actually change your day-to-day work? We're going to look at a quick before and after snapshot for the three big pillars of the profession: audit, tax, and FP&A. In the world of audit, the change is, well, it's nothing short of revolutionary. The old way was all about painstakingly checking tiny samples of data from the past. The new way, AI gives us what's called continuous assurance, which means we can analyze 100% of a company's transactions as they happen, in real time. This completely flips the script. The auditor goes from being a historical fact-checker to a proactive risk manager, seeing problems before they even happen. And believe me, the story is just as dramatic over in tax. The old game was all about manual prep and just making sure the documents were accurate. Now, you let the AI handle the nightmare of ever-changing global regulations. This unleashes the tax professional to become a true strategist. You're modeling different scenarios, finding the absolute best tax position for the company on a global scale. It's a whole new level of value. And for anyone in F&PA, this slide basically announces the end of an era. Not traditional, backward-looking, soul-crushing monthly close cycle. Yeah, that's becoming obsolete. AI-driven systems are pushing us into a world of continuous accounting. We're getting real-time financial insights and, even better, predictive analytics that actually help guide future business decisions, instead of just reporting on what already happened last month. So, with all this automation taking over the traditional stuff, what's left for us humans? Well, this is where it gets really, really exciting. Because getting rid of all that manual work is creating this huge opening, and it's giving rise to a whole new kind of professional, the strategic accountant. I want you to think about it this way. AI is your new junior associate. It's the new trainee. It's the one handling all the high-volume, repetitive grunt work that used to define the first few years of an accounting career. What this does is it totally elevates the baseline. New people coming into the field are now expected to be strategic thinkers from day one. And this whole shift is creating brand new career paths that literally didn't even exist a couple of years ago. I mean, look at these. The AI assurance specialist, who's auditing the AI models themselves to make sure they're accurate. Or the ethical AI controller, whose entire job is to ensure these powerful systems are being used responsibly. These aren't just jobs, you guys. These are the high-impact, high-value leadership roles that are going to define this profession by 2030. Okay, we've talked about the why and the what. Now, let's get to the most important part, the how. This is your playbook. These are the specific skills and mindsets you need to be building right now if you want to crush it in this new landscape. It really all boils down to these three essential pillars. You need the technical chops to actually work with these new tools. You need the ethical literacy to manage them responsibly, and you absolutely have to cultivate those uniquely human skills that AI just can't touch.
So let's break each one down. First up, the technical must-haves. And let me be perfectly clear, these are not nice-to-haves anymore. This is the new baseline. Being fluent in data analytics and AI is non-negotiable. This means knowing how to pull real insights from data, whether that's through prompt engineering, which is basically just the art of asking the AI the right questions, or knowing how to integrate these new systems with your company's core financial software. Next, the ethical non-negotiables. Think about it. As AI starts making more and more critical financial decisions, the human accountant becomes the ultimate guardian of trust. This means that data security, making sure the AI models aren't a black box, and staying compliant, that's not just an IT problem anymore. It's a core responsibility for every single modern finance professional. And finally, we get to my favorite part, the skills that cannot be automated. This is our human superpower. In a world where the AI can generate all the data and insights you could ever want, the real value comes from a person's ability to translate those insights into a real strategy, to communicate that vision to other leaders, and to use critical thinking to make tough calls. This is where the strategic accountant really earns their keep.
So you see, this whole transformation, it's not something to be afraid of. It's an invitation to step up and lead. The technology is here, it's ready, and it's getting smarter every single day. It's the co-pilot, sitting there, waiting for a skilled pilot to tell it where to go. So the only real question left is, are you ready to take the controls?